Hey guys, and welcome to this video. In this video, we're talking about 2022 Foundation Paper 1. Now, question 21. Grace has a biased five-sided spinner. This is the spinner. It has five colors. Grace is going to spin the arrow on the spinner once. The table below gives the probabilities that the spinner will land on red or on blue or on green. Red, blue, and green. Yeah. The probability that the spinner will land on orange is three times the probability that the spinner will land on pink. Work out the probability that the spinner will land on orange. So here, let's answer this question first, and then we will take a look at the second question. So as we said here, the probability that the spinner will land on orange is three times the pink one. It means that, let me put it there. It means that if the pink is X, it means this one is 3X. Because the orange probability is three times the pink probability. Now work out the orange probability. First, we have to understand that in the events, all the probabilities together should add up to one. So all of these should equal to one. Should equal to one. Now it means when we add all of these together and make them equal to one as an equation, we can find the values of x. So let's do it here. So let's do it here. So 0.2, let's put it here. 0.2, which is 0.20 plus 0.12 plus 0.08 plus 3x plus x equals 1. Now let's simplify it. So we're going to say 0.2 plus 0.12 plus 0.08. The numbers together will be 0.4. So all of these numbers together are 0.4. So 0, let me write it here. 0.2, 0.12, 0.08 will add up to 0.4. And then 3x plus x is going to be 4x. And then when you add them together, they're going to be 1. Now we're going to take the 0.4 to the other side. It's going to be minus 0.4. So 4x equals 1 minus 0.4. So 4x equals 1 minus 0.4 is going to be 0.6. Now at the end, we're going to divide this by 4 like this. Divide by 4, divide by 4 here. So divide 4, divide 4. And then we will find the values of x. So x equals 0.6 divide 4. 0.6 divide 4 is going to be 0.15. 0.15. Now, after finding 0.515, so after finding the value of x, we can substitute the value of x here to find the probability of orange and the probability of pink. Now, they're asking for the probability of orange. It means we're going to multiply the 3 by 0.15, and we will get the probability of orange. So 3 times 0.15. And the answer is 0.45. And this is the probability of orange that they need, 0.45. Now, if they ask for the probability of pink, you're going to say it's 0.15. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. Here, let's go down. Question B. Grace spins the arrow on the spinner 150 times. Work out an estimate for the number of times the spinner lands on blue. Now, once she spins the spinner one time, the blue will be 0.12. This is the blue probability. Now, 0.12, I'm going to take it here. So 0.12. This is the probability of blue. I'm going to multiply it by the times that she spins the spinner. So she spins the spinner 150 times. I'm going to multiply the probability of blue with 150. So 150 times 0.12 And I will get the answer, which is 18. 18 times. So the estimate of number that the times of spinner lands on blue is going to be 18 times. So I took the probability of blue multiplied by the number of times the spinner was spun, and then I'll get 18, which is the number of times or the estimate of number of times it will land on blue. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 22A. Here we have an inequality. Write down the inequality shown on the number line. The inequality on the number line, let's take a look here first. The inequality on the number line, we can see that it starts from here. So the number is 2, and the circle is closed. It means it's equal at the same time. So we're going to write x here, x. We can see that it starts with 2, so we can write 2 here. Now, these numbers here, they are going that way, so they are smaller than 2. It means that x is smaller than 2, like this, smaller than 2. And because the circle is, I'm sorry, smaller than 2, not bigger than 2, smaller than 2, like this. Now, because the circle is closed, it means the value of 2 is included. And including a value means putting equal under the inequality sign. It means that x is smaller than or equal to 2. Now, this is the inequality shown on the number line. Now, let's move on to the next question. Here we have another inequality. -4 to y 6. Y is an integer. Write down all the possible values of y. First, we have to solve the inequality before writing the values. To solve the inequality, let's take it here. So we have -4, and then 2y, and then 6. And then let's put the inequality signs like this. Here we have the sign with an equal sign, and here with no equal sign. To solve the inequality, it means leave the y alone. And the y is multiplied by 2. It means I'm going to divide all sides by 2. So I'm going to divide here by 2, divide here by 2, divide here by 2. So dividing all sides by 2 will give me the answer that I need, or the simplest form of the inequality. Now, after dividing this by 2, this one will become -2. Let's write it here. And then this one will become y. And this one, 6 divided 2 is going to be 3. Now I write the inequality signs. So this one is like this. And this one is like this. Now I can say what are the numbers here in this inequality. First, I can see that this is an equal sign. An equal sign means -2 is included. So I'm going to write -2, the first number. And then the numbers between -2 and 3, but I don't have to include 3 because there's no equal sign here. So they're going to be -2, -1, 0, right? 0, 1, and 2. Now, 3 here is not included because there's no equal sign here. But I included the -2 because there's an equal sign here. And these are the values or the numbers that satisfy this inequality. Now, let's move on to the next question. Here. Question C. Solve the inequality. Show you're working clearly. Now, let's zoom in so we can solve the inequality here. Let's put it like this and over this so we can work here. So we're going to solve this inequality here. To solve the inequality, it means make all the variables in one side. Make all the variables on one side. So here, first I'm going to take this 2t and take it to the other side. It's positive 2t. Now here it's going to be negative 2t. Negative 2t. And then I'm going to take this -3 to the other side and change the sign. So it's going to be positive 3. Positive 3. Now I'm going to simplify because I took these. I'm going to remove them. Now I'm going to put the same sign like this. Now I'm going to simplify. 7t minus 2t is going to be 5t. So this one is going to be 5t. And then 31 plus 3 is going to be 34. 34. Now, here I have 5 multiplied by t. It means I'm going to divide by 5, both sides here and here. So divide this by 5 and divide this by 5. Now, the first side here, this will go with this, so I end up with t alone, and the sign smaller than or equal to. So here we have t. And then 34 divide 5. 34 divide 5. The answer is 6.8. So here we have 6.8. And this is the final and the simplest form of the inequality. I can put this on a number line, but they didn't ask me for, but I'll put it just to explain it here. When you put this on a number line, you just put a number line like this. 6.8, you put it here, for example. Here, something bigger, let's say 7, and here 5, for example. Now, 6.8 here, put 6.8. Now we have 7 here, something bigger, something smaller. Now the t is smaller than or equal to 6.8. It means when you draw it on a number line, you draw it like this. So you put a circle on 6.8. Because you have an equal sign, it means the circle is a closed circle. So the value of 6.8 is included. And then you make an arrow that goes to the side which is smaller than 6.8, which is this side like this. And this is how you draw an inequality on a number line. Now let's move on to the next question. That's question C. I'll include this in the other video. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.